morning to you all. It's a beautiful Monday. Dr. Michelle, excellent morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Come on.
Good morning. Today is March 16th. It's a new week. Welcome to the Mind Surgery. Again, we have Dennis, who is a multi-talented creative force and behavior specialist. He's going to share with us some research-based best practices. Sir, we can hear you, Dr. Botmas. It is now 9 o'clock.
Hello. 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 Hello, can you hear me? Hello, ma'am.
Okay, once again, we have a very impactful day because we have part 2, our mind specialist. We also have President online. Yes, could you please just go and so good morning, Dennis. We thank you for part 2. I'm not quite sure if the president of the Global Cluster wants to speak now, but welcome, Dennis. Can you hear us? To our guest speaker, can you hear us today? You have to unmute yourself. Seems to be some technical difficulties. I'm not quite sure. It might be in East Africa. Our president, he's in Abuja. I'm not quite sure. I need Dennis to unmute himself. Can you get that across to him so he can start?
I want to greet everyone. Excellent day to you all from everywhere you're listening to me from. This is Dr. Adekunle Badmos. It's Mind Surgery Revolution up to Global Clusters. And we're saying instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, instead of occupying us, let us all engage in the mind surgery revolution. I can see that our guest speaker of the day is here. Sparky Dennis, you're welcome. The 001, great shout out to the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution of the Global Clusters, and great shout out to the 002 Mind Surgery Revolution in the person of Cluster and Susan. Thanks for joining. Let's us all invite our friends and family and let them come and learn. We're getting a great value from Sparky Dennis. Since last week, it has been something we've not been able to recover from. Okay. Having said that, we don't want to waste any other time, not to bug you with much rhetorics. We want to give the baton to the surgeon of the day. We know we have a lot to cover for us. So over to you, Sparky Dennis.
Thank you so much, Dennis, for returning for part 2. Good morning to everyone online. See happy. Dennis, thank you.
Thank you
You're
very
so impactful. We know that you are a behavior modification specialist. And so we want to give you almost more than enough time, at least 30 to 35 minutes. So we're going to invite you again to recap, and then let's go dive right back into all the things you were teaching us last week about alignment, about key factors in behavior, about how to present yourself. Thank you so much, Dennis, for returning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very, very much for granting me this opportunity to share with you part 2 of my presentation on this topic of self-awareness, which is inner surgery before outer success. When we talk of about mind surgery, I believe we are not just talking about hospitals and theater rooms, but we are talking about internal transformation. Last Monday, the 9th of March, 2026, we looked at self-awareness as the foundation of personal development. And we left a part of it, I think because of time, it's a huge topic. That part of it we are going to finish today. Now, before we continue, allow me briefly to recap the journey we took so far so that everyone reconnects with the flow of the conversation, and also for the sake of those who got lost along the way, or for those who left us a little bit earlier for specific reasons, and even for those who are joining us for the first time today. So as we recap the ideas, we began by defining self-awareness as inner surgery before outer success. We established the meaningful transformation begins inside the mind before it appears in behavior. The central idea was simple. Before we change strategies or careers or relationships or communities, we must first change and operate on the self, the individual self. Do not be in a hurry to change someone before you change yourself. Some wise preacher so long ago said, that was Jesus Christ, he said, remove the log in your eye before removing that in somebody else's eye. So a doctor cannot treat somebody else if the doctor is also suffering from the same problem. Treat yourself first. So in understanding the self, we first examine the difference between who you are and what you are, and we say that who you are refers to your identity, the values, the characters, the motivations, and the beliefs. We also say that what you are refers to the roles you perform in the society, your profession, your titles, your social responsibilities. And that healthy self-awareness happens when who you are and what you are aligns themselves. These two dimensions should align themselves such that they represent you well. Now, in the identity and alignment, we say that identity and role align, people experience clarity and fulfillment. When they misalign, then people experience dissatisfaction, burnout, or identity confusion. Then we also went into the 3-question self-awareness framework. Now, this framework operates this way, and it is mostly used in leadership coaching. It asks, who are you? Your identity and inner compass. What can you do? Your skills and capabilities and tools. And then, what are you here to do? Your purpose and direction. You must know all these things clearly at all specific times wherever you are. In that way, you will be comfortable and you will be confident in whatever you are doing. Now, when these three align, identity, capability, and purpose, people gain clarity, authenticity, and influence. And then we talked about applications, its application in interviews and professional life. And we saw that there's a question that mostly come during interviews, and it throws most of us off guard, because when somebody is going to interview for a particular role, what we do is we really do a lot of research and prepare about that role and what we can do in that role, but we forget about ourselves, the actor in that role. And this question normally is, tell us about yourself. When you are asked this question, most people get thrown off. They don't know what to say. And they end up, when they're asked to say about themselves, they end up regurgitating their CV, which is already on the panelists' table. And the panelists have gone through your CV several times. That, in fact, is the reason they call you for the interview. So we learned that the experienced interviewers use this question as an identity clarity test. They are not looking for a biography. They are assessing self-awareness, clarity of thinking, confidence. So a powerful answer, we said, is going to combine the identity, the experience, and the value. Who you are, what you can do, and then what you have come to do. In a very short span of time, maybe 30 seconds or 30 to 60 seconds, you've said who you are, you've said your identity, your experience, and your value. Then we look at the strengths and weaknesses section, how we are going to get our strengths and weaknesses. And we say that after understanding the identity, we moved into self-assessment. Now, here we defined strength as something you do consistently, something you do well, something that produces results. Whenever you do it, it produces results. Then it is a strength in you. And then again, we also say that your strength is something that energizes you. Whenever you do it, you feel energized, you feel happy, you feel relaxed. That is also your strength. And then we say that in doing all these things, some patterns reveals themselves. So patterns can reveal your strengths, and not just isolated moments where somebody just came and praised you for something. No, it has to be a pattern, something repeating itself. Then we now went into the feedback mirror. As we are looking at our strengths and weaknesses, we are looking at the feedback mirror. And we say that to identify strengths, we discuss the feedback mirror as, one, can you ask 5 people, 5 trusted and honest people, to give you honest answers and ask them these questions? What do I do exceptionally well? 2, when have you seen me at my best? These are 2 questions that only somebody else can tell you. You can't tell yourself. But it's somebody who is outside you, outside yourself, outside your skin, outside your mind. That individual entity looking at you is the one who can tell you, you are this, you are this, you do this way, you do this way, you react this way. When we do this, you react this way. And then you're getting good feedback. Now, when multiple people repeat the same answer, that is not coincidence. We say that is data about your strength. It is not a coincidence. It is data about your strength. It is information telling you something about your strength. Then we looked at understanding of weaknesses. And we also say that we framed weaknesses as not a flaw. It is not a flaw. It's not a mistake in you. But weaknesses, we looked at it as, one, a skill gap. That skill that you're lacking, that skill that you feel is not there within you, it is a weakness. Then another one is an emotional blind spot. This kind of a reaction that you normally give and you don't even know, you're not aware of it. That's why we call it a blind spot. You're not aware of it, that sometimes you overreact, or sometimes you do something in a certain way when you are triggered. That is also a weakness. Then again, Another component of weakness is a behavioral pattern that limits your growth. There's just a behavioral pattern that sometimes limits your growth. Perhaps if you are called to take up some role, you stand back. You don't want to offer yourself for that role. That is also can be a behavioral pattern. So we said we identified these three types of weaknesses. One is skill-based, then temperament-based, then character-based weaknesses. And each requires a different form of development. Then we moved on and looked at strength-weaknesses balance, where we say that when we reach an important insight, where self-awareness is not about eliminating weakness, but it is about leveraging your strengths, managing your weaknesses, and building systems and that compensate for these limitations. We say that self-awareness is not about eliminating weaknesses. It is about leveraging your strengths, managing your weaknesses, and also building systems that compensate for those limitations. Then we moved quickly into trigger mapping. Yeah, there are certain things that trigger us, certain things that move us, certain things that compel us or push us to do something. So we wanted to map them. And at this point, we moved deeper into psychological territory because our strengths and weaknesses are visible, but triggers are hidden. They are deep within us. They are hidden. You don't really see them. They are revealed in the internal wiring of our emotional reactions. So in the introduction of trigger mapping, we say that a trigger is an emotional reaction that appears disproportionate to the situation. In other words, something small happens and you overreact. But your overreaction is based on something else, perhaps in history. That is how we looked at it. For example, we said intense anger on a minor criticism, or shutting down when somebody challenges you, or feeling threatened when you see somebody's success. You just say, yeah, no, that person should not succeed more than me. That person cannot be elevated higher. You just feel threatened. So the external event is really the issue. The issue is an internal occurrence taking place. Then we went into trigger mapping. To understand triggers, we introduced a 4-question framework. And in this 4-question framework, we were asking 4 questions. The first one is, whenever something happened, we should ask ourselves, what happened? Number 2, what did I feel? Number 3, what did I tell myself in that moment? What did I tell myself in that moment? And number 4, where have I felt this before? So this is a trigger mapping framework. Now, this framework reveals something powerful. Often, we are not reacting to the present moment. The present moment is just a catalyst. Yeah, we are reacting to old narratives carried from the past. And in that realization, that is where the true mind surgery begins. I think that is what we discussed last week. And now today, we want to move on so that we finish and also have a discussion on this. Now, this brings us to the part of conversation where we are understanding our limiting belief systems. We said that the limiting belief systems are mental scripts, which are usually formed by family and culture, societal systems, religion, education, trauma, and repeated experiences. These, when they happen in a negative way, they give us some limiting beliefs. Then, for example, somebody says that I am not good enough. You just decide you're not good enough. You are just believing you're not good enough. You've not really tested your skills. Then somebody also says that people cannot be trusted. Simply because somebody betrayed you, now you magnified to everyone. You say people cannot be trusted. Another one says that success makes people arrogant. And another one says that I must struggle to deserve success. So these are limiting beliefs. You don't want to go beyond them. They are limiting you in a certain cage, in a certain box. Now, when we want to rewrite them, we want to dispel them, you cannot delete these beliefs, but you can replace them. Step number one is identify the belief. Identify the belief. Step number two, challenge its accuracy. Question it. How accurate is it? Challenge it. And step number three, replace it with a balanced truth. Replace it with a balanced truth. For example, if I fail in exams, so I believe that I am useless. But then the new belief now.
Dr. Michelle, I think we lost him. Are you there, ma'am? I think we lost him. You have to unmute. You haven't unmuted.
We did not lost him. We did not lost him. It's your network. We did not lost him.
Hello?
We
Can you
did
get
not
me?
lost him.
Somebody?
Go ahead. We can hear you. We did not lost him. It's your network.
Okay, thank you. You are given an example, and the old belief says, if I fail, then I am useless. And this has impacted so many people when they don't make it to college or they don't get good grades at the college. So you believe you are useless and you shut yourself down. But then the new belief says, failure is a feedback. It is not an identity. It is just telling you that something didn't go right somewhere. Can you go back and fix it so that it goes well?
Hello, Dr. Michelle. Are you there, ma'am? I think we lost him. You have to unmute, ma'am. Okay.
Now,
Okay.
we didn't lost him. Can you go out and come in? Farouk,
okay, now,
can you hear me?
now let us look at putting self-awareness into forward action. I think having known all these things, we have to put it with some practicability. And I look at the writer, Steve Covey. He gave us a book.
Susan, are you there, ma'am? I think Dr. Michelle is having difficulty unmuting. So let's hand over the button to the 002. Sparky Susan, are you less busy? Are you there? Okay. Dr. Michelle has returned.
Hello.
Hello, you getting me?
Hello, Farouk. We are listening to the mind surgeon. Can you hear me, please?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Proceed, please, Dennis. We can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you. I was just about to quote Steve Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or even in Carol Dweck's book that says Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. These two books tell us that self-awareness is not an event, but a discipline. This reminds us that self-awareness requires continual return to the inner source of our behavior. So to put self-awareness into action, we should employ 3 practices. First, for one, is emotional journaling. Every evening, take your notebook, and every evening, try to answer this question. One, what did I feel strongly today?
Sparky, can you?
Why did I feel so? 3,
Sparky,
what belief was behind it? If we can journal these things on a daily basis,
can you meet yourself,
and then it can really help when we go through them. So this is also echoed by James Pennebaker in his book, Writing to Heal. You write to heal. And what are you writing? You are writing your answers. What did I feel strongly today? Why did I feel it so? And what belief was behind it? Now, this proves that unprocessed emotional experiences remain stored within us until examined. We move on. Number 2 is pattern tracking. Take a note of repeated conflicts. When conflicts occur, just take a note of those repeated conflicts by asking yourself the following questions. Where or was it the same type of relationship breakdown? Number 2, where or is it the same career frustration? Number 3, were there or was it the same emotional reactions? Let me just repeat again. Take note of these repeating conflicts by asking yourself, were there or was it the same type of relationship breakdown? Were there or is it the same type of career frustrations? And number 3, were there or was it the same emotional reaction? From that, you will see some patterns forming. Now take that patterns, they reveal programmed. They reveal how you've been programmed. And this is also echoed, if I may quote some Ghanaian proverb that I once met, says that the one who asks questions does not lose the way. And also in Charles Duhigg's book, it says the power of habit. So you will see that taking place there. So repetition brings unconscious patterns. Then number 3 is feedback without defense. Feedback without defense. Are you able to take feedback without defending? So when you are being corrected, please do these 4 things. They can also form a sentence, but I have broken them into 4. When you are being corrected, first, pause. Don't do anything. Don't say anything, just pause. 2, do not explain. Do not explain. Let the person correcting you reveal all the data. Do not explain. Number 3, do not justify. I did this because, no, unless you are asked, do not justify. Just take what you are being told. Absorb it. Then number 4, just listen. Just listen. So when you're feedback without defense means when you're being corrected, you pause, you do not explain anything, you do not justify, you just listen and then say thank you. That is interesting. I did not realize this. Thank you for telling me this. Thank you for making me aware of this. So know that growth lives beyond your ego. It is ego that makes us not grow. It is ego that makes us defend and fight back. And we are going to see this so well in Douglas Stone and Sheila Hines' book that is entitled Thanks for the Feedback. So it means that others often see what we cannot see ourselves. So let us allow others to give us that feedback. 4, we are now coming to a closer. Number 4 is the courage to see yourself. This is another thing that so many of us also fear, the courage to see yourself. Sometimes even if you ask somebody to appear on camera, hey, they are afraid. They start saying, oh, my hair is not good, my nails, my what, the excuses. It is the fear of them seeing what they truly are. We always fear, but we don't fear when you are going before the mirror. So in the courage to see yourself, self-awareness requires bravery. It requires you confronting those shadows, those monsters, those evils that you have within yourself so that they can be freed out when you acknowledge them. So, because now when you truly see yourself, number 1, you will see your brilliance, you will see your insecurities, you will see your fear, and you will also see your potentials. When you are ready to see yourself, to do your own self-awareness in an honest manner, you will see your brilliance, your insecurity, your fear, your potentials. And interestingly, this is also echoed in some Senegalese proverb that says that the one who knows himself cannot be defeated by the world. How much do we know ourselves? Even me at this level, I'm still struggling to know myself more, deeper. I believe the Maker did a lot of work in me, and I need to bring all of it out before my day to leave this world comes. You may also want to now look at the Viktor Frankl's book that says, Man Searching for Meaning, or Man's Search for Meaning. But the truth is this: you cannot heal what you refuse to examine. You cannot heal what you refuse to examine. You cannot grow beyond what you cannot name. You must examine it, identify it, name it. Then again, you cannot change what you deny. As long as you deny that there is a spot somewhere on your cloth, then you cannot wash it off. So you cannot heal what you refuse to examine. You cannot grow beyond what you refuse to name or what you cannot name. And again, you cannot change what you deny. As long as you deny its existence, you are locking, mentally and spiritually, you are locking all the doors for change and growth. Just remember that self-awareness grows through reflection, relationships, and honest dialogue. Yeah. So self-awareness is the foundation of sustainable success. Before you fix the world, before you change your career, before you transform your relationship, please ask these questions. Who am I really? Who am I really? What drives me? What drives me? Question number 3, what triggers me? What triggers me? And question number 4, what story am I living from? What story am I living from? In other words, what is my past? You cannot change your past, but you can also not run away from it. You can just use it to fix where you are going ahead. And I say this because the most powerful surgery is not on the brain, but it is on the belief system. And when the belief shifts, behavior follows. When behavior shifts, I believe destiny follows. Now, I must say that Dennis Otieno, the surgeon of the day, who has done this presentation, is a development communications practitioner, an impact stories filmmaker, because I make documentaries on impact stories. I'm a communications lead at the DTT. I explained it last week. And I'm also the founder of InfoPack Media, a small organization that partners with NGOs in development communications, advocacy, and youth and women empowerment initiatives. Now, you can also find me in LinkedIn as Dennis Otieno. On Instagram, you can also find me as Dennis Knox Otieno. And on Facebook, you can also find me as Dennis Knox Otieno. For those of you who have a pen and a paper near you here, here is my phone contact, WhatsApp number, +254. I repeat, +254 731 529 864. 254 731 529 864. My email that I gave out last week was deknox77@gmail.com. Thank you very much. There ends my presentation.
Wow. Just to unpack, one thing I do want to ask, and I'm sure people are thinking about it, it is not easy, and at times it's painful to become your own mind surgeon. What is your recommendation when you're going through the pain as you're trying to become a better person? These questions that you have to ask yourself can trigger deep psychological pain. It's very hard to ask that because it's a snapshot of what that looks like as one is trying to become a better version of themselves. But thank you so much. And I'm sure there are other questions on the platform, because that's just something, because it is painful to change. You know, sometimes you even self-destruct while you're changing. So thank you once again, Dennis.
Thank you very much. I realized some technical hitch. I don't know, something with the internet. I don't know if I finished okay or if you lost me somewhere.
No, you finished okay. We all heard you. We're going to take questions. And mine was simply, when you are becoming your own surgeon, how do you heal yourself from the pain of that you realize that you have been the person self-destructing yourself? How do you change that?
I can't get you clearly. You are breaking. When you heal yourself?
When you heal yourself, it's painful. What are some of your suggestions when you're doing that change, when you're forcing yourself to be a better person? How do you stop self-destructing yourself?
Now, yes, when you're healing yourself, you are confronting a lot of things. And in most cases, you must identify all these things that you are healing yourself from. Some of them are going to be issues that you can tackle or you can talk to somebody. And some of them are going to be issues that need a professional to look at them, maybe counseling. You need to go to a psychiatrist or psychologist. So you need to know them clearly, identify them, and please, I always believe in writing things down. Try to note them down, these things you are healing from, or these things you are confronting. And you must be brave. You must be ready to challenge them head on. Otherwise, you will not heal from them. First of all, you need to be brave. You need to have decided that, yes, I want to heal from this and I have to confront it to heal from it. If you cannot confront, remember, as we are saying in self-awareness, if you are afraid to confront those ghosts that are there in you, then they will not be tackled, they will not come out. So some of them will require you to talk to somebody who is a confidant. Some of them will require professional handling, and it will require that you now talk to a higher or better person who is trained to handle that, because they can help you dig down into the triggers, and also they can help you discover that some of these things that you went through were not just about yourself, but they were from the external environment. Yes.
Thank you. We're calling on people. I see happiness. I see so many people. Thank you for joining. Could you make sure that everybody gets a chance to ask at least one question? It's now 9:37. Thank you.
As our manner is, I want to thank you very much, Sparky Dennis, for that great lectures. You know, who are you is different from what are you. Immediately we did that lecture, I had to talk to someone in our Oyo State office, and I asked the person, who are you? And the person missed it altogether. So, and he was giving me what she was, and you know, that is on a lighter mood. Thank you very much. Question for Rex, what's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? In 1 minute, please. We have a lot of people online. Question for Rex, unmute yourself and tell us your take on today's mind surgery. And this your take. We want all of you to actually share your take on all your social media platforms and refer them to, we did the mind surgery this morning. I've sent a link that today's mind surgery is actually recorded on YouTube, and you can, as we are streaming now, we are currently streaming on YouTube too, and you can share with your friends and family, let them learn. So +1 for us, over to you, please, in 1 minute. Correct. Unmute yourself, please.
Is that, let me ask clarification. Is that a question to me or?
No. I'm talking about arrest. I want them, if they have a question, they will ask when they give their take, so you will be able to like respond to it. Farex, are you there, please?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm here, sir. I was trying to unmute. I tapped it twice. All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Dr. Michelle. Good morning, everyone here. And to our amazing spokesperson, thank you, sir. Sparky Dennis, thank you very much. My question is, sir, do you have any book or you have books that you want to maybe personally recommend? You know, you talked about the courage to see yourself. You mentioned, points I was able to grasp. You talked about when corrected. I heard that part. When corrected, pause, do not explain, even when you think you're right. Oh, I didn't do any wrong. I am right. Then you mentioned, do not explain. Do not justify, except, you're asked, okay, explain yourself. What happened? So just listen. So my question is, do you have, I know I can see you have books, well arranged and all that. Yes, I can see it. It's kind of, it's quite obvious. So that's my question, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, there are books that I can recommend. Some of them I mentioned as I was giving out the presentation. Then I think the best thing is I will note them down and put them there on the wall so that everybody can read, see.
You can actually put it at the comment section. We have a message section of this of the mind surgery. So most of the book, after the meeting, you can actually put it there. But I don't know what you're using. Some of them, it's at the middle of their phone. You see an arrow that is pointing up. You can type all of those books there. And some people that are using a tablet or a laptop is by the side. You see a message sections of this mind surgery or the feed angle of it. We have the timeline angle. We have the message angle. So then Sparky Dennis will drop it there. Thank you, Farex, for that wonderful questions. I hope you do. Let's ask Sparky Itam. Sparky Itam, please, in 1 minute, what's your take on today's mind surgery revolution of the global clusters? Sparky Itam, please, over to you, please. Kindly unmute yourself.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good morning. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I actually missed out last week, but today I am so glad that I joined.
Thank you very much.
This gets a pattern tracking. And in fact, the very first thing that struck me when I joined, because you were already speaking when I joined, was failure is a feedback. It is not an identity. And I was like, wow, it's not an identity. That you fail today does not mean you will keep failing. So you sit back, you do your pattern tracking, and then you have to summon up the courage to see yourself. I mean, I'm already transformed just by a few minutes of listening to you. So I'm going to actually sit down and do all of this because I also need to pass the message across. That's why I'm a Sparky. I don't keep it to myself. I also move out, so that other people benefit from it. Thank you so much, because sometimes as a human being, you already said it's the ego that is speaking in a person. When someone is making some observations, you're quick, to begin to want to justify, to explain. You say, no, don't bother doing that. Keep quiet. Just listen. Just listen. Oh, thank you so much. So much. This is indeed a mind revolution for me this morning. Thank you. I'm glad that I was a part of it, and I would definitely continue, to reach out to you. I got your phone number, I got the email. you know, although I didn't get the one for the feed, Facebook, the Instagram. I didn't get that, but like Sparky Fares said, I heard him say something like it's going to be on YouTube. So I guess I'll be able to get those
Sure.
informations. Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis. I am truly blessed this morning. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. That is a wonderful one, wonderful submission there from Sparky Itam for on today's mind surgery revolution. Let's have Sparky Apostle Betch. Apostle Betch, please, what's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? Or do you have any question to the surgeon?
Everyone. Hello, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Very, very audible.
Thank you so much. 2001 and all the Mind Sparkies. Thank you, Mr. Dennis, for a nice presentation. And I think I was one of the victims because of from my background about the self-awareness until the further I have come. And actually, it depends with somebody how to fix yourself and how to pick your broken pieces and to be aware for so many things that happen. And we are created to be giants and to be conquerors. Thank you so much for that powerful presentation.
Welcome.
Wow, amazing, amazing. That's a brief one. Thank you very much. Let's get submission from our 002 Certificate Revolution, the person of Clusterian Olukayode Oyudotu, aka Master Genie. What's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? Master Genie, over to you, please.
Well, welcome.
Amazing, amazing. Let's hear a submission from the 001 Real Estate Cluster of the Global Cluster in the person of Ambassador Abosede. What's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? Ambassador Abosede, over to you, please.
Ambassador Michelle, good morning, ma. Hope you are doing fine. Good morning, Ambassador. Good morning, our speaker. I want to appreciate you. Last week was awesome. Though I joined a bit late, I'm so sorry. I got hooked up in the middle of a conversation. All right, thank you so much for all you do. I just met a little talk that you should be yourself. So I want to contribute on this note that whatever it takes, stand on your own personality. Be proud of yourself. Be yourself and make sure that no intimidation can put you down. Of course, we are in a world where some things will come and even the people around you will want to intimidate, to put you down, to make you look so inferior. But you have to stand your ground and make sure that if there is something God has planted in you, there is something in you, irrespective of what surrounds you, just stand and keep pushing it and keep believing and keep trusting God. Eventually you will get there. And also move with mentors like the great mentors we have this morning, like our Dr. Ambassador Michelle Luko, a great mother, a great model, a disciplinarian, successful people like Ambassador Adekunle Badmus, and our speaker right away. Okay, I've taken down your email and I've gotten also your number, so I might chat you up later. I still want you to mentor me in some area. So we just have to be ourselves and stand tall to the dream that we have in mind, and make sure we get connected to great people like this that can mentor us to success. Thank you very much for the opportunity. God bless you.
I got you too. Thank you very much.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, the 001 Real Estate Cluster of the Global Cluster Ambassador Evangelist Abosede Eko. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. Let's hear a submission from Cluster and Williams. What's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? In 1 minute, please. Our time is fast spent. Cluster and Williams, are you there? Cluster and Williams, are you there?
Maybe
Okay,
he's unable to mute or something.
No,
Okay.
if Cluster Williams is not there, then let's go to the 002 Mind Surgery Revolution of the Global Clusters. That is Cluster and Susan. What's your take on today's Mind Surgery Revolution? Cluster and Susan. Cluster and Susan, are you there? If you are finding it difficult to unmute, you can go out and come in again. You understand? So that you can unmute. So if you're finding it difficult to unmute, you can go out and come in again. Same as Williams, you can go out and come in again. Sparky Emmanuel, what's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? Sparky Emmanuel. Unmute yourself. At the right edge of the screen, you see the diagram with the speaker and it's crossed. Then you just touch it and you're mute. Sparky Emmanuel, can you unmute yourself? We can hear you. Do you notice the unmute button at the down part of the screen at the right side? Okay. Cluster and Susan, are you available to unmute to give us
Hello,
your
boss.
contribution?
Sparky Susan is typing.
Okay. Go ahead, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm actually new here, so I really don't know much of what is going on here, and I joined late at the same time. But I think from now, I'm actually interested in what is happening here. So from now, I'll pay attention and join early so I can grab.
All right. There's a link that there's a YouTube link. You should endeavor to listen to it and later on drop your submission. Thank you very much for that contribution. Cross Francis said my microphone disabled even after coming back. Wow. Disabled. All right. Williams, are you there? Cluster Williams. Cluster Williams, are you there? Williams, are you there? All right. Let me quickly just give my submission. Thank you very much, my brother. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. Today's my surgery is last week, this week is phenomenal. If you're watching, this is what the whole of Africa needs. The whole of Africa needs to come together and let us become our own surgeon. Like I said to people, there is nothing we know on earth that we are not being taught. and we must submit ourselves to quality and accurate learning. Africa, wake up. The reason why our raw materials are being taken out of Africa and they are bringing a finished product to us is because we have not totally submit ourselves to accurate and quality learning. If there is any takeaway I'm taking away today is that, you know, a lot of time when people give you feedback or bad thing about yourself, we are quick to want to defend ourselves, a normal reaction. But today, we have all learned that it's good to listen and take it as a feedback and start working on it. You don't need to always prove that you're right. So thank you very much. The reason why we said people should, we are taking, just let you guys know, we're taking this to the national orientation. All of our programs, we're taking it to the Nigerian national orientation, and so that it can be accepted by the government as a re-engineering of the mind of the good people in Nigeria. And same thing we want to do in other African nations. I think our 002 is up right now. Let's have that is Cluster Suzanne. President Suzanne, can you speak to us, please? I see that you're muted.
Yeah, thank you very much, the Global President of the Global Clusters, Mind Surgery Revolutionists 001, and members for just participating in this talk. And thank you so much, Mind Surgeon of the Day, Dennis.
Welcome.
I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed at how we are moving, because initially we started by goal setting in the month of January, going to emotional intelligence in the month of February. And now we are doing very well in the month of March, looking at the self-awareness as we look forward to more and more to come. Thank you very much. My take home or takeaway is basically the emotional tracking, which my invention, the DTT, does, and it's one of the hubs under the global clusters. Please reach out and check out in the global clusters hubs. You'll find the development tracking tools, and I see the speaker Dennis is wearing the shirt for the same. So yeah, let's track our emotions. Let's also track our trajectories, and let's also track our business inventories. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Wow. That is amazing. The DTT. And I think we need to have a meeting, you know. We must have someone to champion. The ideology of the global cluster again is to turn every good thing in Africa to a movement. We will not, the good people of Kenya will not only enjoy the DTT, everyone in Africa, in the 54 African nations, need to enjoy it and beyond. And all of our people that are in the diaspora equally need to enjoy it. And foreigners among anywhere we live equally needs to enjoy this. So I'm going to be calling you, Susan, and we're going to be talking about, you know, appointing people to become, you know, 001s under the DTT. The DTT up, like she said, is there. And I think the DTT should have a time to talk to us, and so that people can learn what the DTT is all about. It's 2 minutes to the end of the meeting. I want to transfer the baton to the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution in the person of Dr. Michelle Uko. What's your final submission to everyone on the call today? Dr. Michelle Uko, what's your final submission to everyone on the call today? Dr. Michelle. Dr. Michelle, can you unmute yourself, please? You're muted. Okay, I think Dr. Michelle is not available. Okay, if Dr. Michelle is not available, I want to round up by saying, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We're not just a social media platform with the best marketplace, with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth, and it's proudly Africa. And our mantra is MAGA, make Africa great again. And in every nation, we have a unique mantra. For instance, Kenya, we have make Africa and Kenya great again. In Nigeria, we have make Africa and Nigeria great again. In Ghana, we have make Africa and Ghana great again. And the ideology is to mine every forward thinker together, and we all learn from each other, which we have learned from Sparky Dennis today. You understand? And another mind surgeon will be coming up next Monday. But tonight, we're going to be meeting on survival strategies in the new normal. 5 p.m., West African time, East African time, 7 p.m. We're going to be meeting on the same hub. Just go to the hub and go to survival strategies in the new normal. The reason why we call it the new normal, we don't want to say in an abnormal situation. We call it the way we want to say it. We just say, how do you survive in this current time? Hike in prices, every new thing that happens is called new normal. Even every abnormal thing that happens, be it good one or bad one, they are new normal. Thank you very much. See you in the evening. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.